Hey everyone, I'm back, and yes, this video might be a little more of a mystery than anything because of the story that I found. And yes, it is a very popular and yes, creepy. But with everything else going on, what not? So, without any further introduction, let's get started. Started as a simple, budget-friendly hotel in downtown Los Angeles, soon began to turn its face towards the more darker side, welcoming the likes of serial killers, homicides, infanticides, murders, and more. Located right out on the Smith Row at 640 South Main Street. The hotel opened its doors in on December 20th, 1924. The 19-story hotel has over 700 guest rooms, many filled with permanent residents. The Cecil Hotel has a second past with many tragedies within its walls. Negativity emanates from the bricks that construct the hotel, which has borne witness to over 880 deaths. I cannot read tonight. I need to learn how to read, apparently. With deaths, murders, overdoses, and suicides, and even the housed Night Stalker serial killer after he, Richard Revenge, decided that the Cecil was the proper next to retire after his murders. And there was probably outside. And before I continue, if I pronounce anything wrong, I apologize, and I do know how creepy and mind-messing the story is. Oh, it was the bug guy. Scaring the crap out of me. Thought it was a fire truck. Anyway, but again, so if I pronounce anything wrong in the future, I apologize in advance. And for videos after this. The Cecil Hotel remains one of the most infamous landmarks in Los Angeles. Known for its chilling history of mysterious deaths, eerie occurrences, and its connection to some of the most unsettling true crime stories. It has even become a popular topic among the LA ghost tours, drawing those eager to explore its dark past. But is it still open to guests? Not exactly. After decades of notoriety, the hotel was rebranded as Stay on Main in an attempt to shed its dark past. However, in 2017, the building closed for extensive renovations, with plans to transform it into a mix of hotel rooms and affordable housing. Despite these ambitious goals, has been slow, and as of now, the Cecil Hotel remains closed to the public. The hotel's dark past continues to fascinate the true crime and paranormal fans. Linked to serial killers like Richard Ramirez and the mysterious deaths and the mysterious death in 2013 of Elijah Lamb. Sorry if I pronounced her name wrong. It remains one of America's most haunted hotels. I've been telling my mom recently that I've been feeling presence in the house. nothing bad or anything like that, but more recently, this is weird. I know his family members, but still, when I just heard something over there, and that's why I'm gonna whatever put him in the air because wait a minute, the air isn't even on. Okay, and I can tell that because I have a trash can over there, and when the air is on, the bag of the trash can can flutter or whatever you want to call it, and right now it is not fluttering. So I don't know what that was, and my dog was asleep on the couch over there. So not her either. Hey, more creepy stuff, which I totally live for. And I keep telling you, Mom, if you're watching this video, the house is friendly haunting. There is such thing. This is gonna get bad. Anyway, back to the video. Filming crime scenes fuels speculation drawing its secrets. So after years of delay and speculation, one question remains. Will the Cecil Hotel ever open its doors, or will it remain a shadowy relic of its own dark past? Again, built in 1924, the Hotlers Williams Bank Hanner, Charles Dix, and Robert Shops, the Cecil Hotel was intended as a stylish destination for business travelers and tourists. However, within 5 years of its opening, the Great Depression took hold, and the once thriving hotel began to decline. As Skid Row grew, the Cecil became home for crime, drugs, and violence. By the mid-20th century, it is notorious for illicit activity, including adultery, sex work, and drug use. Despite multiple ownership charges, its dark reputation endured. Plans for 2021 reopening was announced, but the future remains uncertain. The Cecil Hotel's it's filled with disturbing events, began with its first documented suicide on January 22nd, 1927. That night, Percy Ormond Hook shot himself in the head in the hotel room after failing to reconcile his marriage. He was rushed to the receiving hospital, but died from his injuries. Beyond suicides, the Cecil became a backdrop for other violent mysterious happenings. In 1947, researcher Hartley Moraes claimed that Elizabeth Short, better known as the Black Dahlia, was seen drinking at the hotel shortly before her gruesome and unsolved murder. While no official records confirmed this accounts have fueled speculation about her connection to the Cecil. Which is weird because I think I've done a video on the Black Dahlia. If not, it's coming soon. But she died at the Biltmore Hotel, which is in Los Angeles, but probably not far from the Cecil or far enough away that will make it weird. And yes, the Black Dahlia, her murder was very gruesome, and nobody knows who did it, why it happened, or nobody knows. They just knew they found her dead the night after she stayed. And she's probably one of my favorite mysterious true crimes. And I don't always watch true crime because it makes me sad and kind of creeped out. But hey. But yeah, now that I know, when I was doing this research, now that I know she has connections to the Cecil Hotel, it kind of clicks. I wonder if Sam and Colby knew that. One of the most infamous crimes at the hotel occurred in 1964 when a beloved president, Cecil Osgood, was found stabbed and beaten in her rucksack room. I'm not sure if I can say that R word, but I'm sure a lot of you know what I mean. The crime scene was so brutal that it was a shockwave through the community. A man named Jacques Lee and Hire was arrested after being found near the hotel covered in blood, but he was later cleared, and Oldham's murder remains unsolved to this day. Hold up. When I did this research, I was like, he was near the hotel, covered in blood, and her blood was everywhere. How was he acquitted? How? I mean, he is not dead and now, but how? I don't get people. I really don't. Like, I would have locked him away until further investigations, because what other person that they were able to classify as covered in blood right after they found her? Idiots. Oldman's murder remains unsolved to this day. To list all that occurred at Cecil would take an immense amount of time, as the list seemingly does not end. Excuse me. However, if you're curious, the numerous sources of documents took place within its walls, detailed names, stories, and circumstances surrounding each case. The timeline of the recording death stretched from 1932 to the most recent incident in 2015, adding to the hotel's dark and haunted legacy. They contrast that they have glossed over many lawful happenings at Cecil as time skips to 1984, the time of the infamous Night Stalker. Unsurprisingly, the Cecil was Griffin residence of serial killer Richard Ramirez, better known as the Night Stalker. He murdered no fewer than 38 people during his time as an active serial killer, and even disposed of the bloody clothes and evidence in the hotel's dumpster. Ramirez was regularly present on Skid Row, and according to the hotel clerk, who claims to have spoken with him on numerous occasions, Ramirez is known to have stayed at the hotel for a few weeks during his killing spree. Ramirez was seen by guests only on a few occasions, entering the hotel completely drenched in blood. Why did no one call the authorities on him? The Cecil was known for its violence and bloodshed, and guests and residents were so used to the sight of bloodshed, and were so used to the blood that they knew in their mind to mind their own business and kept their mouths shut. Which is pretty smart, because they would probably have been next. Ramirez found a uncomfortable home at the Cecil, which shows us how horrible of a place it was. Yet another serial killer, Austrian Jack Underwinter, also stayed at the Cecil. If it's an Austrian Jack the Ripper, I'd just be like, okay, meh. also stayed at the Cecil in 1991. It was thought that he was attempting to copy the Night Stalker's crimes, while in the Cecil he strangled and killed at least 3 SEX workers in the hotel and was convicted in Austria for his crimes. Out of the 80 deaths occurring at the Cecil, 16 of them remain unexplained to this day, including of that Eliza Lamb. Her story was popularized by a Netflix series Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel, which went in depth into her life at her life and stay at the Cecil. The story came to light when surveillance footage of a young Canadian student, Eliza Lamb, behaving irregularly in the hotel's elevator and went viral online. Social media sleuths speculated widely about her age, suggesting she was drugged, murdered, or the hotel covered up her death. Some even believe she entered another dimension in the elevator and drowned in the water tank. Now, there is a little truth to that. There's something called the elevator game. And let's just say at the end of all the steps you have to do, it takes you to the infamous room 13, which most hotels do not have, or it's closed off to the public. And apparently, you enter room 13, floor 13, and it's in a completely different world. And many people have tried it, and so far, nothing happened to them. At least they don't think anything happened to them. And with this being part of the impossible, she went into another dimension. She could have been playing that game. But the way she was acting on that video that I have seen like thousands of times is rather strange and creepy. I'm not gonna lie. The eerie details and unsettling security footage fueled conspiracy theories, making it one of the infamous crime scenes mysteries in history. Well, recent history. The video shows Lamb repeatedly pressing the elevator buttons. Elevator name. Walking in and out of the elevator a few times, looking up and down the halls as if somebody was following her. And a strange hand and arm movements. It was recorded shortly before her disappearance. And her naked body was soon discovered in the hotel's water tank. After a few guests have reported their running water tasting strange. When I found that out and heard that for the first time, I was like, ew. Because we all know what they were tasting. The floor that Lamb was staying on was a few did not have security footage, and the death was thought to be a homicide until her sister came forward and revealed that Lamb had a history of not taking her medications for her extreme case of bipolar disorder. Later, her death was ruled as an accident due to drowning, as they claimed that Lamb had been hallucinating and stepped into the water to hide, believing she was in danger. With so much death, violence, and tragedy in its history, it's no surprise that the Cecil is considered one of California's most haunted places. Some even believe that Eliza Lamb was tormented by spirits that led to her death. Is the hotel cursed? Or is it even truly haunted? Does the dark past even attract darkness? Those questions made at the Cecil, a popular stop on the LA Ghost Tours list I found a lot of these stories on. But the drowning of those eager to explore the history, whatever it may be. The Cecil attracts a ton of attention and thousands of internet sleuths, true crime enthusiasts, ghost hunters, including Zach Bagans. From the popular TV show Ghost Adventures. When Bagans was interviewed about his time at the Cecil, he called the Cecil spectacularly frightening. That Bagans, being interested in the paranormal from a young age, now runs the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, which there's many videos about. And I think he has like a short TV show about his own museum. I think. I don't know. He has a special connection with the Cecil because he collided with one of the Night Stalker drawing clones. And even his TP from his death row cell. Layman's believe that the dark energies dominate the hotel and interviewed with then of me. He said, I've been to a lot of places throughout the world, but when you walk through the doors at the Cecil Hotel, you know that there are other doorways to the other worlds. If we were here to see deeper dimensionally, we could see all these other doors and rooms, and I believe it goes way down into the earth and draws energy from the earth. It is then magnified by the dark energy and criminal activity of Skid Row and amplified by the rituals of Jack Underwater and Richard Ramirez did. He also stated that the Cecil was messing with him and his crew's minds and electric equipment. Investigator Aaron Goodwin was also overcome with feelings of rage while staying at the hotel. Even a crime scene photographer was so disturbed that he needed to leave. Regardless of what's going on at the Cecil Hotel, one thing is for sure. If you ever need a place to stay in Los Angeles, we'll be making other arrangements. Beneath the bright lights and endless glamour of Los Angeles lies the chilling undercurrent of mystery and darkness. At the center of its eerie past stands the infamous Cecil Hotel, a place where tragedy, crime, and the supernatural collide. For nearly a century, the Cecil Hotel had been surrounded by mystery, its halls filled with tales of tragedy and paranormal. Once stylish retreat is soon gained a dark reputation linked to crime and unexplained deaths and ghostly legends. Those eager to explore its history. With the legacy steeping in the eerie encounters of the unsolved mysteries, the Cecil Hotel remains one of the most city's infamous haunted hotels. The Cecil Hotel is probably one that I would stay away from. It even scared the Ghost Adventurers, and they rarely get scared anymore. What happened to Eliza, if I'm pronouncing her name right, is really sad, especially since no one knows how she ended up in the water tank completely naked. And from what I've heard, no foul play was involved. But it's probably one of my favorite unsolved mysteries, not just Eliza, but the entire hotel. especially now that the Black Dahlia is involved, another famous spirit in LA. Something's going on in LA, guys. I mean, it's a big city. Rich people let their money go in their heads, and then they go crazy. And then poor people do the same thing. But I'm not from LA, so I wouldn't know. But thank you guys for watching my channel and videos. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I am Haunted Girl, and I'll spook you later. And the paranormal is my playground. And until next time, pleasant dreams.